Hello, everyone, and we are live. It's Ron here with you. We have got Jennifer, the blind bard, with us tonight.
How's it going, everyone?
We have our good friend Chet Minton filling in for both Ed and Phil. I'm not sure how he's going to manage to do it because those two guys are the glue that hold the show together.
He'll do it. He'll do just fine.
Good evening, everybody.
I think he'll do fine. You know, he was recently named Phoenix Game Con, so
I saw that. Congratulations, Chet.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes me go up to another level now in my second tier, or
I guarantee it makes you do the poster for this year's Rising Phoenix Game Con.
I already did it.
Yeah. I mean, you're first tier in my book, Chet.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. So very excited about tonight's program.
Yeah.
We have a couple of gentlemen here from Parallel Dimension Gaming, who many of our viewers will already know, in Zack, Glazar, and Edwin Nagy, and they've had other stops along the way in their careers, but Parallel Dimension is theirs and all theirs, and I'm looking forward to hearing about what they're going to be doing and what the near future looks like for that new company. And it's very exciting. And we're also going to talk to Zack about his courageous comeback from a brutal stabbing that he suffered at the hands of his wife Jennifer. And I'm really looking forward to hearing the tale of faith and persistence and rehabilitation and just intestinal fortitude that Zack had to work through in order to overcome the life-threatening injuries he did suffer. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Zack and Edwin on. And there we go. And hello. There are our friends, Zack and Edwin. So from Parallel Dimension Gaming, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, but if I have to listen to Zack whine about getting stabbed one more time, I might just leave.
Well, we're excited to have you.
Thank you.
I'm surprised there's not a gag order from the lawyer not to speak about it, but
no, I just called him. He said I can't talk about it.
Oh, good. Thank you. I paid him to tell you to not talk about it, so we're good.
He won't take my filthy money, but it's a pleasure to be here, though. Thank you very much for inviting us.
Oh, you know what? Zack, we love you. Think the world of you. Think a lot more of Jen, but we think the world of you too.
Me too. Edwin too, I bet.
Ditto.
Prior to us coming on the air, Edwin informed me he had never watched this program before and that he wasn't coming to page. So it wasn't the best way to start. I agree. You're a loser. I agree.
You chose.
He grows on you.
You chose a bad weekend, and I don't know how you can live with yourself having done that, but oh well.
Well, you go to a different local con, correct?
We have a local con that I've been going to for 13 years.
Is that SnowCon?
SnowCon, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That Zack has been to.
It's great.
Yep. Where is that located?
Right now it's in Orono, Maine. It has either in Orono or Bangor, but central Maine.
Polar bears by the casino at
cool.
the hotel. I can prove it.
And icebergs the size of Volkswagens floating down the river.
I went there. I'm from Arizona, born here. And I went there the first year in January 8th. Well, the second year of time I went with Mike Battleauto from North Texas, and it snowed so much that Mike got stuck there in Bangor, Maine.
Did he fly up there?
Yeah.
Did Mike fly up there?
He did.
Yeah, that was the last time he flew. He won't fly anymore, he says. But
well, I won't let him back in the state
because
those extra days with him were just, poof.
That's how I feel too sometimes. I'm with you.
Did he have to stay at your house, Edwin?
No. He said
I stayed Right there, he brought me stuff. Anyway, no. So at the Northeast, Edwin and I went to SnowCon. I really liked it. I think the cons up there have all been great. So.
But no, I have heard some really good things about Page, and I am excited to make it there one of these years, because I feel like you sort of sprung forth fully grown up, and
like penis out of a clamshell.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about Parallel Dimension Gaming. Of course, I guess you're best known for being over Frog God in recent years. Now you've started your own venture, and tell us what the future looks like.
Rosie.
Is that Rosie Greer or Rosie from the paper towel commercials?
It's Rosie, because I think our first adventure coming out is very pink.
Jen, that's a big glass of clear liquor right there.
Yeah, it's water.
It's straight.
You're a bard liar. That's a bard movies to be pure liquor. You know that's true.
Well, this is the liquor.
Okay. I don't drink, but as a fellow bard, I recognize that kind of stuff. So.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've been, I guess, 5 of us, depending on how you count us. We've got a few months that we have been getting all of the boring administrative crap put together, and also starting to get some adventures in the pipeline. And we've got one coming out early next week.
Oh, nice.
Which we're super excited about. This is Sweetest Curse, which is a 5e, sort of a saccharine Christmas horror adventure that was written by Jess Zafaris, who does a whole bunch of etymology books and podcasts. So fun language stuff. Zack and I actually met over nerding out over language.
Yeah,
so I think one of the things that I think we're excited about is sort of getting a chance to actually slow down a little bit and return to some of that fun that we enjoyed when we were working a little more slowly and spending a little more time diving deeper into what we were doing.
And so this will come out as a Kickstarter, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So we'll have a Kickstarter launching. I think the pre-launch is up.
And you can follow it. You can
follow it. And and then we'll launch it.
We're hoping early next week.
Early next week.
Okay. I was looking at your website earlier. It looks like a great adventure.
Okay, we're gonna have to share that link so everybody can get notified for that.
Oh, absolutely. We'll go ahead and we'll grab that.
Now, you guys both of you have had a lot of experience in the industry. You've worked with so many game companies, and I'm just curious, how did your early experiences shape your venture today?
That's a hard to ask, partially because we worked with creating this adventure, and it was already finished and laid out as we started. So we're really excited about it. We met the guy Edwin and I went through. We discussed the word game thing quite a bit, but I'm really excited about it. We're developing new stuff that we had nothing to do with like months ago. We're brand new things that I'm also really excited about. I think that you'll see the biggest change is that this one's in 5e. Some of our future stuff's going to be in different systems.
Shadow Dark.
That's one of them.
Definitely some Shadow Dark.
Yeah, that's my home game.
I think. I don't know. I'm still sort of trying to puzzle over your question a little bit of how our early experience is going to affect what we are. I mean, I think one of the things is that we are feeling pretty loose and open, sort of, that we've been through the ringer a few times and are ready to sit back and kind of have some fun to make sure that this venture stays fun, right? One of the risks, as I'm sure you all know, of taking your hobby and making it part of your business life is that suddenly your hobby feels like work. So I think part of the goal is making sure that this business venture keeps feeling fun.
Yeah, I hear that. It is really hard when you try and monetize your hobby.
So who is a part of Parallel Dimension? Who are the players in your group?
So Casey Christofferson is our art director and author, and Jeff Harkness is our author and art director. No, is editing and layout. So those are the four of us, and Jen, of course, and then me and Zack.
Awesome. It is a great team. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, we were. I mean, one of the things that was super fun was to say we've enjoyed working together, and now we get to keep working together.
Yeah,
that's super exciting.
Now, were all of you part of Lesser Known before?
Edwin and I were.
Yeah.
Edwin and you were. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure how that went. And then you became part of Frog Gods, and that got absorbed by Frog Gods? How does it?
It's fairly complicated. There's not a whole lot of, that will bore your audience to death. But basically, when I did Whisper and Venom, Edwin.
Too late.
Edwin messaged me with some corrections for my what became a box set, and they were great corrections. And so we did that work. We did a second book or box set, and we went over that thing like two nerds you wouldn't believe. Like every word we thought about. Is it Seneschal better term than Castellan? And we would find fancy new words we'd never heard of and share them back and forth on OneNote.
Just titter, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was fun because what I wasn't doing from 2016 till now was a whole lot of writing because I didn't have the opportunity because I was basically the business manager at Frog God Games, and so I was the operations officer, and so because of that. It did become like a business because I can tell you I learned more about bookbinding the last 8 years than I did about new rules, which is great. And I love bookbinding. Like nothing sounds or smells better than opening a brand new book, especially a rule book. But I'm looking forward to concentrating on that. I'm looking forward to sending Edwin my new Bard Magic items that I have written up. That I had a new one today, and I once I've given for pass for approval for like either use in Shadow or whatever, I'm excited to share that stuff again, and I think that will reflect in the product because we're all of us doing this. Want to make ventures that we want to play in that everybody will like and enjoy, and we all recognize, especially now and currently in the industry, it's a really tumultuous time and not the ideal time to get rich. But we know enough to know that get rich this is the wrong path, right? But it's not the wrong path to make great stuff, and you can do without going broke. And I think that's what I'm really excited about. That is just being able to be part of vibrant communities who love this kind of stuff. Yep. I mean, honestly, Shadow Dark is great, but so is BX, so is AD&D 1E, so is Shadowrun, for that matter. I love games. Edwin made me play Shadow Savage Worlds one time. I thought I hated it. It was great. It was so much fun.
And you can learn so much from them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, this is all good stuff, but let's get down to the nitty gritty of a few things here. All right.
This is where the show goes dark.
Yeah, this is where it gets a little dark. To be clear, Jen's first priority is Orange Cat games.
Yes, that's what she told me to tell you if you asked me.
Yes, I was just gonna get into that, and just to be clear. So,
are you wearing your Orange Cat Games shirt? Oh, you are. Oh, yes. Yay.
I didn't even wash it. I just took it right from the package.
I didn't either. I haven't washed it yet.
And put it on.
I feel obligated to warn you, by the way. She's a force of nature that both Edwin and I will do as she says because we know it's usually the smarter thing, but also it's better not to upset the cart.
Definitely the right thing to do.
Listen. She's got her shit together.
Yes,
but more importantly, she's got Zack shits together.
That's correct, 100%. There's a reason why, like everywhere I've gone, she follows me because she wants to clean up the non-detail oriented mess I've left behind. and she does a wonderful job of it. More than that, she actually went from not knowing what a D20 was to having, her own dice bag and being a big fan of Call of Cthulhu, and all that was unexpected. When I got married, you told me that, I would have told you were insane. But instead, she takes up the same insanity rules of Call of Cthulhu and enjoys them. I think that's great.
Well, that's great. We've got some folks online. Someone's asking about pickles. We do
Free pickles.
We do have an important pickles update. Pickles is still banned. So just so we're clear about pickles,
I thought that's what you were gonna say.
it's still banned. Still
Oh,
banned.
come
Now,
on. If
now-
you
I'm bringing my
let
dog down.
if you let him back, he can play with oh, what's the name of Heidi Gagax's dog?
Hades.
Yes.
no.
Come
pickles-
on, they need a play date.
So I
Yeah,
was at
what's
the
your problem?
Gygax. I was at Heidi and Eric's house playing a game there, and their former dog Tucker pooped on the floor, and so it happens.
Yep, everyone does.
You're lucky you wanted a special
I
guest.
mean,
just a
not
dog.
everyone does on the floor, but
Oh no, but I mean, dogs do sometimes.
My dog doesn't poop on the floor.
Well,
Yeah.
your dog is
Yes.
very well trained.
Believe it or not, this is a true story. My dog Sook has never, not even as a puppy, pooped on the floor. I was shocked.
tonight's the night.
The other thing she's never done, she's never left the yard.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
have
get
a
this on
fence
the
yard.
agenda for tonight. This is great. Talking about dog defecation.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes of gaming, and the rest is just about
Just dog poo.
Well,
That's television
well,
everywhere.
since people are such big fans of pickles, I will allow pickles to be in the building for the setup, and I suspect pickles will leave little gifts all over the convention center. So as our attendees go around, if they happen to find any gifts that Pickles has left in the convention center, they can bring them to the front desk and pick from our prize bin.
That's awesome. Trade in for
That we have.
I like it.
That's a solid deal, but there will be people who will pretend it's just pickles and stuff, and they're not their own for the free stuff. That's what you're risking.
Rumor has it that the pickles droppings or gifts are numbered and have a little code on the back.
Clever.
So somebody feeds Pickles barcodes, and then
We have QR codes that help.
little RFID.
You want some PG QR codes? I was working on that today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Brian Keena asks if cats are allowed. Dog poo in the stream. Yes. Okay. Very exciting. So tell us what we should expect from Parallel Dimension Gaming in 2026. We know you have the Kickstarter launching next week.
I think the first most exciting thing is that we are working on, and I would say are sort of maybe about halfway through getting a couple of Shadow Dark zine stuff together, mix of adventures and the usual but better fun stuff that goes along with an adventure. So we're classes, magic items, random bard song titles, maybe bardic magic items. I'm not sure. Apparently I'll see those tomorrow or so.
You see them next week, though.
Next week. But I think that one is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for that. We have a few, we have a bunch of 5e stuff that we are working through. I got bit, unfortunately, recently by the game design bug, which I was sure I was immune to, but apparently not. And I
thought
have
he was
spent,
too.
yeah, it just came completely out of left field. But I have spent the last month working on a game system, and I just started playtesting a week and a half ago, and I'm optimistic. I think there's a lot of fun there. It's basically a push your luck, lots of dice. It's inspired by old school, but will definitely feel different. But it's a spend time in the dungeon. It's a dungeon crawler, but with some push your luck mechanics, which I think are going to be fun.
Are you
There's always
play test it at cons?
I will. So I will
okay,
definitely. Yeah. So this playtest so far are the the super preliminary. Does it work? So I wanted to do that before I put out. But yeah, I will probably get something together for SnowCon in January, and then some of the Boston area cons in the spring. I'll probably do some stuff on.
Are you going to be at PAX East?
No, no. I plan to be at Total Con and Rising Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always go to those.
Yeah. So
Jen and I'll see you there.
Awesome. So we may be able to get that somewhere towards the end of 26. I don't know what else. Zach? What do you want to?
Well, I know that most of the stuff we've talked about, like for the near term, is our shorter bits that we're going to. What do we want to put and how do we want to structure the zines? Because I think that we are all excited about seeing communities that take pieces of what they like and read one thing, and here's a rule you might want to use, and maybe just reading it, you'll never use it, but it makes you think of something else you want to use, or you just like reading fantasy rule systems, which I do. And thousands of pieces of items. And so making stuff like talking about making those kind of things is preoccupied a lot of our time. Besides, what do we call ourselves in? Do we have the LLC in? How is our tax structure going to be? And that's the stuff that we've been unfortunately dealing with. It's almost all behind us now. So it's content is going to be king. And we have, I'll be honest with you, I'm working with real professionals, and it's great. Like Casey Christopherson has not only written enough books, if you stack them on flat, they're almost as tall as me. He also is a great art director in almost every way. He teaches art in Kansas, and he has a real feel for making sure that we don't make dumb mistakes that game designers make when they art direct, as opposed to a real art director who says, no, you don't want to put this here because that's where you want the title, or this is where the logos goes. I'm like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. Like, that's a basic thing, but it never ever comes. It never comes. So knowing I can rely on him to make those kind of decisions matters a lot. And also, like Jeff Harkness, who is the least visible of anybody I've ever worked with publicly on games, is the most prolific editor and layout and design guy that I've ever worked with. He's not only fast, he's good. Like, I could be good at layout, but I'm so slow and bad in the detail area that I can get it accomplished, but it takes me a long time and I'm not efficient. Jeff Harkness is efficient because he does everything like that. And his real job is for like USA Today and a major newspaper as an editor. So he's got me beating all kinds of professional qualifications. And he's so quiet that I feel like he should get more like actual praise, because he's been doing this also since about 2002. So.
Yeah, no, and I've been learning so much from him over the past several years because I did a lot of the project management, and so I would get the manuscript to the place where he was going to edit it, and then the two of us would go back and forth for a while. And holy cow, there's just so much good stuff to think about.
And the worst part is he's a nice guy too. Like,
I know.
Some of that talented you would want to hate, but I can't.
Yep.
Because he really is a nice guy.
So I've got to imagine, with starting a new business plus the reputations you guys already have in the industry, you must have been flooded already with author requests and art requests. People submitting stuff to you.
We have not been flooded, but we have been. We already have more projects on our plate than I think we can finish in the next 5 years.
And we have a wonderful group of freelancers that we have been associated with for a decade. And like Anthony Pryor, his first published work was the Battletech 2042 technical readout, and that it puts him, like in my opinion, in a canon way above me. Right? He's working on something for us for the zines and possibly other things like them. Yeah. And just a great guy, knows his stuff. Like, so we know, like, one of the greatest things about having done this long is that, hey, we need someone to do a very specific thing. And whether it be a piece of art for the corner of the page, or whether it be, hey, we need you to write something about Icelandic fairies, right? Well, I know who to call. And so it's really nice. And these are professionals who need the work and who are great at it and who are pleased to do it and easy to work with. So we're lucky in that way. We haven't been asking for solicitations because we frankly haven't needed them yet, though we'll always take them. Unless everyone says no.
Yeah, no, I am. I mean, one of the things that I have enjoyed the most over the past, I would say 5 years, is working with new authors, or in particular authors who are new to the gaming world. So people who can write but are trying to figure out how to write scenarios. And I really enjoy that process of starting with the seed idea, and then talking through how that, whatever it is, can be worked into an adventure. And then I get to do nothing, and a month or 2 months later, they come back with something.
No, that's the greatest thing is Frog God, we were so busy that we had so many things we were producing that I would forget we even authorized something. And then 8 months later, Jeff would send me the layout. Because once Edwin and Jeff took over with some internal development, I went back to working with Humble Bundle and ordering, getting quotes from printers and working with the Chinese government, all those things. And I don't do those things anymore. I get to watch it happen more. I'm excited about that. But we just work with great people. It's really exciting.
So would that include Skeeter Green?
No.
We also work with Skeeter Green. Yeah, we work with great people and Skeeter.
That's a great way to put it, Edwin. You're absolutely right.
So
you knew that was going to come, right? You knew that Skeeter was going to drop in.
Sorry, what, Jen?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Chet.
I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm curious, when you're working with new talent on developing an idea for a scenario, what is the most rewarding part about that, and what is the most challenging part about that? And what do you think is the most challenging for the people who are actually developing their skills?
So I think the hardest part, whether you've been sort of a GM creating stuff for your table, or whether you've been more of a story author, I feel like the hardest part is learning to write around the story, because the story, of course, is what happens by the characters, by the players at the table. And the goal of a scenario, in my opinion, is to create room for the main characters to do fun stuff. And so sort of getting out of the way, but at the same time anticipating what sorts of things might happen, so that you can give the GM enough support that they can react to what the players do. And I think one of the things that is really hard, and I actually run into this a lot my own self, is that the kinds of people who create adventures are also the kinds of people who don't need adventures because they create their own adventures. And so, like, you can give me just about anything and I'll figure out how to run it. But in my opinion, if we're going to sell something to a GM, it should be useful. Like, it should be something that helps the GM run a good game. And so it should anticipate a little bit. And I think that's the most challenging part for authors new to gaming writing is that you have to write everything except the main story. And that's kind of a big ask, to be like, you're going to do all this cool stuff and it's not going to be the main deal. And I guess, and along with that is also getting rid of all the stuff that isn't going to make it to the table, right? So you give the GM a little bit of background so they can make decisions, but that really cool idea you have in your head about how this situation got set up that you really want to write 5 pages about, that's never going to make it to the game table. The GM doesn't want to read it. We don't want to print it. Nobody wants to buy it. Like, that's a novel. That's awesome. And how do you get that into, 3 bullet points so the GM has that stuff, understands your vision, and is able to run with it? In terms of what's rewarding and what's challenging, I think for me, the part that is rewarding is really when the author sees the product. And that's also what's rewarding for me. Like they've worked on it and they hand it over to us and we pay them and they go away. And then like sometime later, it's an adventure. It has art, it has maps, it has a beautiful cover, and they are very excited. I'm very excited. And that's a real like celebration of we did this thing and it turned into this. So sharing that joy is definitely rewarding. I'm going to skip the negative part of the question. Who cares what the least pleasant part is?
The least pleasant part is trying to remember all the good things that people told you so that you can't use that you want to have them do for another time. Like,
That's true.
this is a really great idea.
Memory.
I love this. These spells are amazing, but we don't need spells based in the shadow plane. What we need is, first level magic spells, right?
Yeah,
but you see those and like sometimes you see ideas like slip away through your fingers, right? And it really is sad because some of them could be great and some of them could be really great. And knowing that you only have so much time, it's not the money, it's the time. And then we want to make sure that we're giving the author's work, including our own author's work that we put in, the kind of real look through and real development in terms of ideas and for the game part, mechanics, that is much more, we nerded out over it more than we actually edited it, is what I think is exciting, right?
Yep.
And I think that's what a GM wants. Is if Edwin and I spent 12 hours arguing about where a column goes in a map on a castle, which we did.
We did.
And I trusted him as an engineer. I'm like, okay. And he goes, no, move it over there. 1 square. I'm like, there's 400 squares here. What do you mean? Anyway,
that's the right square, damn it.
But he was right about that. But like, you learn so much, and when you see things that could be great, you just don't have time. That's one of the hardest things. Like, not one thing of a frog guy that was great. I say, hey, Anthony Pryor goes, I want to write a Christmas module about Icelandic elves. I'm like, knock yourself out. It was one of the best things we ever produced, and it was great. And it's just incredible that the things we took out of that adventure that were so interesting, that gave background to Iceland and Icelandic fairies and all that. We had no room because there are already 76 pages in softcover for 8.5 by 11, right? And so that was sad, but we were developing in multiple systems, and it was a wonderful adventure that we would not take up now probably because it seems so niche, but the ability to do so and see what came out of it makes me certain that ideas I've seen from new authors, they'll pitch me at a convention even. I'm like, that's such a great idea. I really hope you spend the time to write 1 paragraph and send it to us. And then I don't remember the conversation, don't remember the topic, and never hear from it again. And it's like just sad. It's like watching something with smoke just as fade. Because there's some great ideas from our community, and watching them get done, watching some of our ideas become other people's ideas and discuss is the biggest reward, honestly.
That's great.
I'm acknowledging this sous chef idea. We're picking the ingredients, and then I feel like it's even more so than that. It's like you pick the ingredients, and then the chef is like in a whole other building in another city doing something, and you're just hoping it's exciting, and you hope that their customers enjoy what the chef makes with the with what the ingredients that you've chosen. There's a lot of trust somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure you hear a lot of feedback though at the different conventions and stuff like that. As people play these, different games and different modules and stuff.
And it's going to be a lot easier to deal with that in an honest and authentic way when I don't have 19 things that came out since the last convention I attended. And it's not that they were all great in very specific ways, but I'm looking forward to me personally being involved in a way in the creative stuff that I haven't been in a long time. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to you being involved creatively also, because I've been missing that energy. So that's kind of a fun. Like, I'm excited to see what you come up with.
Me too, but like there were days, when we're really busy. Like at Frog God, we had a bunch of things in the burner that they had real deadlines. That we have Chinese printers that have if you don't deliver this by this date, it's going to cost you $20,000, right? Don't have that.
Wow.
And
we had a few all nighters.
Yep, and we had Tomo horrors is all I'm going to say. Edwin and I did a spectacular job getting that done. No, but seriously, I think that it isn't the quality we're going to be able to produce of the books and the physical product is going to be great. But the amount of time we're able to spend combing over, is it spelled this way in Old English? Is it more appropriate to use the 19th century spelling or the 16th century spelling? Will come up a lot, and that will make me. I'll be super interested again on those things, and that's what I just can't wait. I'm excited. I'm going to the Rising Phoenix Con. I'm going to Page. I'm going to run lots of cool stuff at Page. I've been running. I went to LongCon and ran a VR setup game, and then we'll be running a Teagle Manor, which I think is a fun one with big maps of Page. And then Rising Phoenix, we're also doing a event, like a tournament event. Yes, Edwin?
Shadow Dark tournament. And actually, I'll be running the Teagle Manor on this, whatever it is, 12 or 16-foot square map for the kids. They have a kids event, high school kids, and they invite them into the to the con. And so, yeah, we'll have like 3 groups of teens running simultaneously amok through Teagle Manor.
And going to
those
cons now,
kids that come to Rising Phoenix, I see the bus come, and I'm usually in the booth that's right before everyone goes into like the hall into the game hall.
Yep.
And the bus shows up, and all these kids come in, and they're so excited. And when they leave, they've just had the best day of their life.
When they leave, they hate it. They're like, I'm never gaming again.
It's great because you get to see a whole new generation. Just absorbing and
it validates what we did was cool. I promise. Like back in the 80s, we were cooler than everybody said we were. Finally,
that's right.
We control the culture now, losers.
Yeah.
So let me. I want to flip this around a little bit, if I can. I don't know if I'm allowed to ask questions, but one of the things that we have talked about is doing experiences, doing events, doing workshops. And Ron, obviously you are you put on a gaming experience, and you put on, I assume, like there's all sorts of gaming goodness. What sorts of things have you been excited about in terms of, like, obviously there's the gaming, but what about everything else? Like in terms of the con that goes with the gaming, what sorts of things have you been enjoying or excited about or excited to do that you haven't done yet?
For dog poop, apparently.
Well, other than dog poop, right?
With Page, we do things a little differently. People don't seem to. I want it to feel like it's just constantly there. And that it's great, it's coming up, and we're 54 days away or whatever it is now. But as soon as the convention's over this year, we roll right into 2027, and we've made it as much of an online community as we can, and there's constantly something happening. There's early registrations that go on. The vendors open up immediately right after this show ends. We go through special guest announcements like one every 3 days throughout the course of the year, because we want to stay at the forefront of our fans' minds. We don't want to be a convention that hibernates for 9 months out of the year and then suddenly unloads on people as like, we need events, we need this, we need that, we need this. No, we like taking everybody on that journey with us through the entire process. And for me, that's fun for me, like watching it build up, watching the excitement that people are expressing. Okay. But as far as a showrunner goes, I wouldn't do it if I wasn't having fun. I don't need the money. It's not about money. You hear these folks who run conventions, they go out and they say, there's no, you can't make any money running conventions. You can make money running conventions. Absolutely, you can. Okay. It's almost like listening to a commercial waterman when they come back to the dock. Everything sucks. They aren't, the catch is terrible. It's as bad as it's been in 20 years as you watch the guy get into his $80,000 pickup and pull away.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, I had some pretty specific guidelines to people who wanted a convention. I was approached by the group that I run on Facebook about doing it. And I said, listen, if I have help, great, I'll do it. I'll step back up and I'll run another gaming convention. I hadn't run one in 25 years. But most importantly, I wanted to have fun doing it, and it had to be for a good cause. And we've managed to do that with our gamer assistance program at Page. And I'm very proud of that, and I'm very proud of the people that we've been able to help financially, overcome some difficult things. And, let's face it, we see it every single day in this community that someone needs financial support from the community, right? I mean, Rocky Gardner, that's a perfect example. Okay. But, it was just so heartbreaking to see the icons of the early days of the industry having to go to GoFundMe to, because their roof leaks or because their car shit the bed. I'm like, no, we can do better than that. We can help the people that help to make the hobby, that help to make our
childhood's bearable.
Yeah, exactly right. So I'm glad we've been able to do all those things, and I'm grateful for all the great new friends I've been able to make along the way. And I know that sounds really, kind of like cheesy, maybe I should thank Jesus, my Lord and Savior, for giving me the ability to do this at a high level. That's a joke, folks. But the overall point is that, I feel really good about where we're at. I feel really good about where the convention's going and the good things we're able to do. And I feel good about the people who are around me in the hobby, and makes me happy. So, I know that's a pretty simplistic answer.
That's awesome.
But that's really where it is. And I'll talk about Chet here. Okay.
The best third tier artist in the world.
He's awesome. He's the best. But the reality is he and I have become extremely good friends. And it's not a day goes by where I'm not beating him down, asking him where artwork is. Sure. But we talk every day. We are back and forth chatting every day, and there's like 6 levels of inside jokes in our relationship that, we could speak a different language. Nobody would know what we were saying, but we would know exactly, that's priceless. You don't get those kind of relationships all the time. And it's something.
Well, he wasn't answering me the other day, and I was like, oh, he must be mad at me.
Oh,
I see you post so much that I'd be suspicious there was something. You would call out the security and look for him, because your prolific posting means that if you're gone for 8 hours, I got to start worrying.
My real job, my regular job. We had a large government conference that I head up for the organization. So. I
do a great job with your community. That's basically what I was trying to say, was you do a great job with it. Yeah. I think that shows.
Yeah, but I was on a convention floor, and I was dealing with government officials. It was, I was like, oh, this would be so much cooler if this was a gaming convention.
If you could talk about orcs and fairies and stuff.
I actually had some people approach me, because it's like my lives are kind of leaking into one another now. So, but sometimes I get caught up in that. fortunately, normally I have some time because, just as hard as I'm working on the convention, I work at my regular job. Just people don't see it unless they work with me. So I'm constantly doing one or the other all the time, and just totally neglecting my wife. So it's all good.
Well, she's working hard doing her thing too, though.
Yeah, she runs our little farm here, and she's out tending animals, and
How's the
You
chicken?
do it, Paige. I heard about pickle.
How's
You do
the
Same thing
chicken?
at Paige.
Ron, how's the
Pickles?
chicken with the
I think
bum
he
foot?
froze for a second.
What? The chicken alive.
Oh, good.
That's the best I can say. It's still alive. The other chickens are picking on it, so it doesn't really leave the coop. So,
Aw.
but it knows there's food and water in the coop, so it doesn't have to leave. So when the rest of the chickens leave, it kind of comes out of the nesting box and does its thing. But that's chickens. They're nasty. They sense weakness in any one of the flock. They will finish that thing off.
Oh, God.
So it's a little bit like the online programs for gaming influencers. Like they will, depending on what side of the fence you're on, there's shots getting fired across the DMZ all the time.
The funny thing is that I forget there's a fence sometimes. I mean, I forget there's arguments because one of the other things about working all the time, getting stuff produced is I don't pay as much attention at all to online outrage at all. And
Yeah.
I'm glad it's better for my mental health. And I realized that why am I fighting with other nerds about things we both love? That seemed dumb. So ever since I try to avoid those types of things, but I'm really pleased to know that you're building a community page matters. These kind of communities matter a lot, and it helps us as a healthy hobby.
Yeah, one of the points I really wanted to make with running the convention, and it was important to me, is listen. There was a lot of vitriol being spat everywhere during COVID. People were cooped up in the house. They were only online. Their keyboard muscles were bulging, and they were going to make sure people knew how they felt. And if they didn't agree with them, they were going to tell them they were assholes. And, because, hey, I'm in the house. There's no chance that when I walk down the street, somebody's going to punch me in the face because I'm being a jerk. So the community really split in some ways where, guys like us, Jen not included, we're grognards, we're gatekeepers, we're this, we're that, old fat white guys playing in their basement, and the new breed of gamers, the 5e people, and they're woke, they're this, they're that, the other thing. Who the F cares?
Yeah,
It's gaming. Where are we all aligned? Forget about who they sleep with. Forget about who they vote for. Forget about all that stuff. Where are all gamers aligned? Around a game table, having fun. That's what gaming should be. It shouldn't be all this other stuff. And, can we do other things? Can we do good within that parameter? Yeah. But let's bring everybody to the game table. Okay. And have fun. And, if we can't tolerate somebody because we don't like the type of badge ribbon they're wearing or their hairstyle, whatever. If we're that intolerant and we can't be around a table with one another for 4 hours trying to have some collective fun, then man, we got a lot of problems. So that was really the goal. Let's bring it all together, and we've been able to do that at Page. We have a lot of old school events, but we're not an old school gaming convention.
You had a lot of young people too. It was nice to see you had a lot of families.
Yeah, and you know what? We do a lot with schools and universities. We give away badges to high school game clubs. We tell tell the advisors, hey, how many kids in the club? Here's your discount code for free badges. In fact, I just did it with Montrose Regional High School in Pennsylvania, and bring them out. University Game Club. I remember what it was like being
broken in college.
Oh yeah. Here you go. Here's some badges. If you can give us a hand volunteering a little bit, great. If not, that's okay too. And one of the highlights for me at the first page was at our staff and special guest dinner. We had Frank Menser sitting at a table with a bunch of university students from Rowan University. It used to be Glassboro State College, for anybody who remembers New Jersey colleges. They had no idea who Frank Menser was, and they had no idea what his role in the industry had been.
Yeah,
I'm sure Frank told them
in painstaking detail, my friend. But you know what? He was so happy to be there after kind of not being at conventions for a couple years for whatever reasons. He had them enamored. They were hanging on every word when he was talking to them about gaming. And I have a picture of it. They got 13 university students, like eyes wide and giant smiles on their face. And there's Frank with his hands waving, telling, spinning a tale at that dinner. And I remember looking at Ryan Morgan at the time and saying, see, this is what I wanted to see.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see. And it's worked out so far, which is great. So that was a much longer answer than I think anybody was expecting.
I think we forgot the question.
What's the question?
Let's see. Brian Keena. Ron is bugging people in February.
Yeah. So Ron.
So
Brian, as I'm packing up my booth at Page, Ron is handing me the information. Hey, you've got to sign up for your booth for next year right now. Here, take this.
Well, yeah, I already have the ones done for this year. It's basically, hey, you get right of first refusal for X period of time. Here you go. Yep. Scan this and you'll be in. And but you know what? That's all part of the process. Every time somebody gets a booth and says, hey, I'm going to be at Page next year, it's carrying the story a little bit further for us. If you try to jam that in 90 or 120 days, why would we ignore the fans and the community of Page for the other 8 months? They like being along for the ride. Let's let them be along for the ride and have fun. And if people get overwhelmed by the voluminous amount of posting or whatever it is,
well, they can scroll on.
Yeah.
What I have to say about the vendors I've noticed at Page is the variety of vendors. It's not everyone selling the same stuff.
Right.
That is impressive. Because you go to some cons and a lot of people have the same dice, the same things, beyond, having gaming companies there. Some of the crafters are selling the same, resin, plastic things that they've made. But at Page, there's so much variety. Like those puppets that were over next to Solarian Games there, or next to Justin Soroy's Severed Books. Those were incredible.
Well, the booth next to me, they were cool.
Yeah, and that's Ronnie DeFalco, and what a wonderful person she is. I really think very highly of Ronnie. Very creative, takes her craft as a puppet maker very seriously. But I do have to reveal that the only violation of our code of conduct last year
Zack.
came from one of the puppets.
Oh.
So I hear, I get word that there is an attendee upset because one of the
Puppets
vendors
are coming back.
One of the vendors insulted her hairstyle, was the way it was communicated to me. So I find out about it, and
The puppet offended.
I get on the staff member because he said he dealt with it, and I'm like, I kind of want to know if there's a code of conduct violation. I want to weigh in on that. I want to see exactly what happened. So it was the puppet lady's helper, is what I was told. So I go over and I say, hey, listen, what gives? There's a woman, she's upset, something about, made fun of her progressive hairstyle or whatever it is. And the Ronnie DeFalco, the woman who owns the booth, says, oh no, that was, Peaches, the puppet. I said, what? No, your helper. No. It was Peaches. That's his puppet. Like, they take that very seriously about the persona of the puppet.
Mm.
And
So was Peaches banned?
listen, I went, I kept hearing out it was Peaches, and then I got Peaches talking to me, explaining the situation.
Yeah, I would be.
And I'll admit it. I'm not all warm and fuzzy like that particular end, and whether your hand's still in it or not, that'll be touch and go. But I'm going to stomp the puppet on the floor and then throw the puppet outside and light it on fire. You would have thought I shot this guy when I said that. Like, you can't do Peaches. I was like, well, Peaches needs to stay within the damn code of conduct, or you're going to be out. So
There's a sentence I never thought I heard you say.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, I am just, that was the code of conduct violation.
Now,
One day,
didn't she
also,
sell most of those puppets?
She did. She had a great show.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know her, she also did the big Philly cheesesteak puppet we have. And she was the fabricator and designer of Gritty, the Philadelphia Flyers mascot.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was touch and go for her for the first 6 months because Philadelphia hated Gritty at first. But now Gritty's beloved. But we have the puppeteers, so much 3D printed terrain is out there now. But you look at a guy like Thunderstork Workshop who brings it in painted. It's just, you go buy it and you put it out on your table and it's done. Like, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I think Ed Stark lost about a month's salary right at that table.
I don't know. I spent a lot of money with him every year, as a matter of fact.
You know what I thought was impressive, though, Ron? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jen.
All of the table displays, like there were so many awesome tables, displays of like castles, all this fancy stuff. And it was like, I couldn't help but go up to the tables and like, hey, can I take a picture of your setup? I think it's really cool. Mm-hmm. And they were gracious enough to let me do it. But, I love seeing that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't think anybody would Sonny Corleone you if you took a picture of them, like grab the camera out of your hand, throw it on the ground.
She's already a better person than me because I take pictures without asking all the time.
Yeah. But, to your point, Chet, at page one, we had a very small vendor area, right? I mean, even page two, the vendor area was small. I think it was 12,500 square feet. And I was careful about the the mix of vendors. I wanted to make sure we had people there selling gaming adjacent things as well. Nothing worse than being a guy and taking your wife who, you twist their arm into going to a gaming convention, and maybe they're a very casual gamer. They should be able to shop for stuff, right? They should be able to shop for gaming adjacent things. I remember that we had a D&D themed soaps and candles, right? Well, you can only have one of them. Right. And I had like 3 apply the first year. And I told the second 2, I said, listen, I wouldn't be doing you a service having you come here. I don't even know how many people we're going to get. I don't need you sitting there, dying a slow death in the vendor's room. And that was the important thing. Now, of course, as the vendor hall gets bigger, you're going to have a little more crossover, but I'm still trying to be very particular. Like, how many game stores do you need there? Right. No matter how big the vendor hall is, if you have the same people selling the same product, how many of those do you need? Right. They don't need to sit there and beat each other up.
You need one that does obscure foreign language editions of D&D, just for
specialist. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because that's the kind of place where only I shop.
Someone who can just go up to Zack and take all his money and leave him on the sidewalk.
Zack, I'm going to say something to you, and then you take it for what it's worth. You just need to cuddle up to Ingo a little bit. He's got all that foreign language stuff.
I'm aware. He is taking me for the poster. I think I can point it to you in the corner over there. Those posters that are like right there. Those are German retail store promotion only posters. Ingo sold those to me. So Ingo is a bastard that my wife probably doesn't like anymore. So let's just be honest with you. I love it. He's getting great stuff. I don't know where he gets some of it. Some of the most obscure items are his.
I did manage to get myself a little retail store poster there. It's a little
nice. Oh, you got the Holmes one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was from the 78 print run, right?
It says 77 on it.
All right, there you go.
So
what languages are you collecting for TTRPGs?
If it's foreign, I buy it. Frankly, I have Finnish. I got some Turkish stuff, some Russian stuff. Primarily, though, I have Japanese and a German.
Oh, cool. And
the reason I like them is because they occasionally have different art or exclusive releases. Or like the Japanese were really big on how to play guides, but because it was first of all, it was Western style fantasy. And so they had all the descriptions of Western fantasy tropes, and they would show like families playing, but it would be an anime style you never saw anywhere else, but only in that booklet. I think that's neat. And I think I have on my wall, I had the Forgotten Realms map in German, and I look at the place names, it makes me laugh. So I don't know. It pleases me to see a different angle on something we all know. But the Chaosium stuff in Japan's crazy. So
he leaked his French stuff to me, so Jen gave me a little extra money to take that off his hands. That was
unlike Edwin, I speak none of those languages. Edwin actually speaks French, and so I was happy to get him I got you a Beckme copy in French.
And I think a Call of Cthulhu. Something.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
I got to get you one of those too. Yes. People call me now. See, my problem is I've become like the guy that everybody who finds something obscure thinks, you know who would use this 1978 Bulgarian computer? Zack needs that. And they call me, and I do. But then, I wind up having a whole apartment of extra stuff. Like I'm in a separate apartment for my wife right now because this is where I keep my collectible stuff, my computers, and my tools and stuff.
So what do you do with the computers you collect?
I turn them on and I play old video games on them. I have stuff going back all the way to a Exedi Sorcerer from 1977 an 8-bit computer.
Wow.
So,
nice.
Cool.
I'm
not going to bore everybody. I'll stop talking about that now because I'll go on and tell you why I love the Commodore C16 or why the Atari, XES is the best one.
Occasionally we have to kick Zack out of our corporate meetings because he just goes down these rabbit holes. We're like, okay, we'll leave him. The 3 of us actually just leave, and we just leave him there talking about his computers. Then we come back half an hour later. And
hey, Hey Zach. Speaking of Commodore 64s,
Were we? Damn.
one word: Telengard.
Yep, Telengard. Telengard, Archon, and Ultima are my three favorite games in the Commodore.
Telengard was a game written in BASIC,
Mm-hmm.
so you could hit run stop and
Mhm.
alter like magical items. So I was on a mission that I wanted to do a D&D style graph paper map of a floor of a Telengard of the Telengard dungeon. It was
I play that.
It was 20. You had to have a plus 99 cloak of Elvenkind and a plus 99 boots of Elvenkind, so you could just hit avoid, 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 and I managed to map to the north to south and the east to west walls like a puzzle. It was like 35 pieces of graph paper, and I hadn't even filled in the. That's what you do when you're a nerd and you're young.
Well,
And
I when I buy software, old games, I have people have a full like an envelope that says backup. You open it up and it's tractor fed paper with the program printed out on it.
yeah,
That was the backup they kept, so you could retype the actual game should your media go bad. I have not tried that yet, but maybe I'll try that later.
this just a lot of fun. Now, to the point about the different vendors, so we are actually going to have somebody there who builds a 6,000 plus game Raspberry Pi type box.
Yeah, RetroPie. I got a bunch of them. I know
Yeah.
what you mean. They're nice. You'll sell a bunch. They'll sell themselves.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I said when I was talking to him. So we're gonna have somebody there, and you know what? We can never have enough people making handmade stuff, in my opinion. Whether that be artists doing art or people making not necessarily dice, because the resin dice are just out of control, but things like crocheted the holders and Cthulhu and things like that. Like I think all that stuff's really, really novel, and I really enjoy seeing it at the conventions. And it's going to be a little harder for me this year. The first two pages, I made sure I bought at least one thing from every vendor. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep that up. I'll be bankrupt, but I'm really excited about some of the vendors. I mean, we've got we have folks who do a 5e version of a Revolutionary War RPG.
Ooh.
Okay, I think
Is that American Gothic?
No, it's Banner. I think it's called Banners and Cannons.
Nice.
Is the game. What a sharp-looking product. Very cool. I'm a Revolutionary War nerd anyway, so I was talking to the CEO of the company, and we were talking about Benedict Arnold. Was he pushed into being a traitor or not? Because he kind of got a raw deal. So I think he threw his hands up and said, "Screw it, I'm going to get mine while I can still get it." But it was a they're going to be there. We have two different groups coming this year. We have the 501st, which is an Imperial Stormtrooper group that are going to be marching around in costume and doing things. We also have a group of Mandalorians that's going to be there, and they're setting up the Mandalorian Forge and a Mandalorian holding cell for their bounties, and they will be picking up people and imprisoning them on bounties throughout the convention.
Is Steve Chenault going again?
Yes, he is.
Perfect.
But you can pay with the funds going to our gamer assistance program to get out of the
Prison.
Mandalorian jail. So I really like the way we're going to be doing that. I can tell you right now that there's already a bounty out on Kelsey Dion, where she will be having to sign books in order to get out of imprisonment. And
Careful with her, she's dangerous.
Yeah,
she might just slide between the bars.
She's a wonderful person. You're lucky she's a guest. She's a wonderful guest.
Listen, she's outstanding. She's outstanding. We were talking the other night, and she was, I'm concerned because people kind of run at her when they see her. I said, hey, we're going to try to control that a little bit with the signings and all that. We're going to try to have some scheduled signings. She said, well, I've been around a while now, and I don't think I'm as that much of a novelty as I once was. She starts going down this road, and I said to her, just be quiet. You just did $2.7 million on a Kickstarter, and it's because of you.
Yeah.
Because you're easy to root for and want to succeed.
She's great at it.
Yeah.
It's frustrating as being me, watching how great she is at it, knowing that I don't know if I have the energy anymore to try even emulate it. She's great. Everything about her I admire. Her game is great. I'm glad you have her there. I think that she brings something really cool and awesome to our community we hadn't had, which is somebody who passionately loves the game, is humble, and has made something just awesome. Humility isn't our best thing in our industry, I don't think.
Well, I kind of gave it to her. I said, "Stop playing coy with me. We're going to put some safeguards in place so she doesn't have an anxiety attack from everybody running at her." And because we have over 300 hours of Shadow Dark at Page, 300 hours of scheduled Shadow Dark.
That's awesome.
So
that's
to say
hours?
she.
That's so many hours. You think about it, that really puts in perspective how much it means.
Yeah. So to me, she's got huge fans that are going to be there, and I just, I don't want it to be a miserable experience for anybody who's there. I mean, Zach, I don't really care if you're struggling with the experience, but everybody else, I want to make sure, they're having a good time and things like that, and
well, Zack has a bodyguard with a knife, so he's protected.
Yeah,
I don't know if protect is the right word.
I'm not allowed to talk about this. My lawyer said no.
Oh, let's see what we have here. Does anybody have any questions for Zack or Edwin about anything they have going on? I'm sure we're going to have some questions here soon.
What's your favorite games that you've worked on?
Ooh, Edwin?
Favorite games that we've worked on. Wow. I mean, For the Love of Valentine is definitely up there.
No, that's one of my favorites too.
I definitely enjoyed. Death and Taxes definitely has a pretty high place in my memory. I did early on. I worked with a bunch of people doing rules conversion stuff, and that experience as a whole was super useful and interesting and fun, and made me think about gaming in ways that I don't think I would have thought about if I just played them and ran them. Like somehow trying to figure out what is the author has done this for Pathfinder. How can we bring this similar energy and experience to the table in Labyrinth Lord? Like that question and fighting through that over and over and over and over again was like, it wasn't, I mean, the games were good. I enjoyed working on the actual games, but it was, that experience is definitely something that I've been a big fan of. And I think the other one that I have a super fondness for was getting to work on Middleland stuff with Glenn Seal. So I wrote some with him back when it first came out, and then we did some 5e work with it later on. But that was such a personal bit of writing from all of the authors, and that was really enjoyable. And then also getting to meet him and like hang out with him, and that was really fun too. So yeah, I think those are all on my highlights reel.
Sounds like great experiences.
Let's see. We do have a question here. This isn't a shill question at all. Jen Glazar from Arizona asks,
Who?
how did you come up with the name Parallel Dimension Gaming?
You better get this right, Edwin.
I have no idea. We were brainstorming. We got 2/3 of it there. I think Casey came up with half of it.
Yeah.
And then one of us, I don't remember if I pushed it a little further or anyway, we had a big document of possible names, and that one really just sort of was neon.
It would
compared to the
capture the
others.
spirit, I think, of it, because parallel dimensions mean multiple things exist in multiple places at once.
Yeah.
So we do multiple different systems, we do multiple different projects. We don't have to be brand or like world focused. We're not trying to build an IP. We're trying to build fun games, and I think that was highlighted that more than some of the other ideas we had. I like it.
Yeah. No, I'm yeah, I have a fun name, and I think we also have thoughts about working with other people who are hoping to produce their stuff. We have thoughts about doing a lot of things in parallel, a lot of, so
Yeah, not just necessarily publishing, but
Right.
like doing consultant work, or like, hey, you really want to see this idea and you've never done this before, you don't know how. You want some small help, you want a whole lot of help, you want us to produce a book for you for something, you want to learn about just general things about product. Who knows? I mean, we have skills we'd like to share, and we're not especially greedy. And so I think that would make us useful and fun to work with. So
You might have sold me on that, but I already identified the brains behind the operation.
yeah, that's wise.
And yeah. Now, I really appreciate the thoughtful answer behind Parallel Dimension Gaming and all the thought that went into that name. Now, in contrast,
yeah, but
yeah, but the logo tells you everything you need to know,
I was
right
going to say
there.
there's such great art associated with it. I don't know why you
I
need a
love
good name.
No, I absolutely love it. I think it's great. But it should have been a 1, not a 20 on the front dice.
Yeah,
So Chet and I are going through it, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe this, because we both have cats. I thought Chet had an orange cat as well, so I'm like, orange cat games, blah 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 blah. And Chet's like, yeah, that's great, man. And I'm like, so I'm doing like bios for the company, for me and him, and I'm like, hey man, what's the name of your orange cat? And he goes, I don't have an orange cat.
I don't even like cats.
Well, one of you needs to get an orange cat now, so he can become your mascot.
well, he has Brick.
I have, and Whitaker. I have 2.
Oh, I didn't realize you had 2. Oh, okay.
We do.
I was going to buy you
Whitaker.
an orange cat costume to wear.
Whitaker is called Whitaker because she's an orange cat, and she's known as Whitaker because she's got a droopy eye, and it's kind of like Forrest Whitaker, so we just called her Whitaker.
Oh my.
That's cute.
I don't know. That's how she got her name. And then Brick got his name because I found him in a pile of bricks in my backyard.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and he
So
bit
all,
me.
it sounds like all your name. It's not just your game company naming that is that has a lot of deep thought to it. It's sort of just a general trend in life.
Jansen's
Yeah.
with Wolf, but what you see is what's going to be the name. I like it.
Well, when you are involved in a lot of marketing in your life, you realize you got to keep it as simple as possible so people understand what the hell you're talking about. So, but
and we were talking, and people were like, I think Ron's like, "Oh, what's the story behind the missing tooth on the cat?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just drew without a." And man, people were upset there wasn't a story behind it.
I'm like, Chet, what are we going to name the orange cat? He's like, we're not going to
Alfred
name the
Newman.
orange cat.
You're a gamer. Make a story up.
That's going to be the great.
Oh man,
That's going to be the great mystery of the Orange Cat Wizard.
I think it's going to be a D12 table of where did the cat's tooth go, or what magic item do you make with it? We did have a question here from B Kina 2002, and it's a really easy one. Speaking of simple, is that so as of this coming week, we will have Fear in Fallowdale available. And we will have the Sweetest Curse up for Kickstarter. And as those are the two games that we have out, I suspect I would recommend very strongly that you start with one of those.
if you're
they're
curious,
both really good games. I like both of them a lot.
If you're curious about the kind of stuff that Edwin and I do, Death and Taxes was the second box set that I wrote under Lesser Known with Edwin. And you'll see a lot of our style in there and how we collaborated and how that turned out. So that's one I recommend. I think it's really inexpensive PDF on drive-thru if you wanted to look at it.
And you also have some of the other lesser known stuff up there too, right? Is Sentinel?
Yeah, Whisper of Venom's up there. It's first Sentinel, which you wrote completely and developed, and then the Bird of a Feather. So there's 4.
Right. So which is Zack. So there's right.
Yeah,
mostly.
I wrote Bird of a Feather and most of Whisper, and then we wrote Death and Taxes and.
I did first Sentinel.
So if you want to check out what kind of things that we think are fun or like, before we had obligations to other people to make sure they got paid and stuff got done on time for contracts, that's the kind of stuff we made. So that would give you a good indication.
Yeah.
All right. There you go, Chet. You sold an Orange Cat game shirt.
We actually had 3 sales of Orange Cat shirts right after we showed our shirts. So,
nice.
So how long are they going to be on sale for?
Tonight's the last night, and then I think it's like 2 weeks they go back on sale. I don't control the sales. It's the people that produce or print the shirts for me. They have sales at all different times. And I figured out if I don't put my shirts in categories, anytime there's a sale, all the shirts will go up. So I took all the categories down.
That's awesome.
Some of them are anime, some of them are fantasy or whatever. I took them all off. And they're just generic. So anytime there's a sale, they all go on sale.
Okay.
I'm Chet's new creative consultant for his T-shirts. We've come up with a couple.
This guy thinks I have nothing to do all day but draw and do art.
You're an artist, right?
True.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
I'm
but
glad to see you drawing.
What's that?
I'm glad to see you drawing. If I was an artist, I'd sit around and just tell everybody I was an artist and go drink coffee. That's how I can live.
Yeah.
Well, John, if you're watching this, get a Orange Cat game shirt tonight because it's the last night.
Well, Chet, as long as they sell T-shirts and keep you in new shoes and shorts, you'll be all right.
I only make a couple bucks off each shirt, but I think it's cool seeing the shirts, all different shirts with my artwork on them.
Yeah, okay.
I specifically enjoy it when I see someone I do not know walking around with that. And I'm like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's good. I was in a game store today after I went and picked up a literal ton of roof shingles and loaded them into my truck for my edition. And I stopped by a game store and there were people talking about how, they were they had the palm cards for the convention, and one guy was telling his girlfriend about how awesome he's heard this convention is, and we're gonna go and all this
nice.
stuff.
That's awesome.
And I said, yeah, but the guy who runs it's a real asshole.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And they said, yeah, we heard, but we're going to go anyway.
Yeah, we're still going to go. Yeah.
There's a puppet there that will yell at you and make fun of you. That's why they're
yeah. Make fun of you for your progressive hairstyle.
I
have a regressive hairstyle. So
yeah, I say I'm not really. Mine's going back, so that's exactly right.
Well, Randy Price, those Bilbo shirts are on sale right now, so you could get one.
Yeah, don't be cheap.
Randy Price.
Don't be cheap, Randy Price. Follow through.
In fact, I think you need
buy
two
the
of them.
shirt.
You should get two because they're not going to be available for afterwards. And when one wears out, you're going to be really sad.
Or you can get the Goblin Taskmaster also, where there's a whip, there's a way. You have the whole set.
I love that song.
That's cute.
I'm telling you, enough talk. All right. Any other questions before we let Zack and Edwin go? Anybody else? Oh, look! He's going there now. He's got his dragon shirt with a hole in it from a metal chair. That's a shame, Mr. Blawface.
Rock on, day. Randy Price. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Zack bought the Taskmaster too when he got married to Jen.
Yeah. Where there's a knife, there's a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. My lord, so I can't talk about it.
No, it's where there's a wife, there's a knife in his case.
Oh, sounds like a new show coming out.
That would be an outstanding T-shirt for Paige.
Yeah.
My lawyer says no.
Have the twister board all laid out with Jen standing there?
No.
That was, oh boy. You know what? I tried to get Twister, but we have a crack legal team that stepped in and said, no, you can't. No, absolutely not. I'm
Gary
sure
Oliver would make it happen. I know Gary would. You could do it too, Ron, if you really wanted it.
Yeah.
It's worried more of you'd imagine Rob going and getting a little twister going.
Oh yeah, well, NTRPG's got a different kind of Saturday convention.
I don't want. Listen,
the Speedo twister is just not where we're going.
Oh.
Gary Oliver, it will happen. You watch whether he allows it or not.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, I don't see. Can we see the scar? All right.
No,
somebody wants.
My lawyer says no, but thank you for asking.
All right. Well, listen, guys, we appreciate you coming on. Do you want to say anything in closing before we let you go? And then we've got a little bit of page information we're going to disseminate out to people.
Just thanks for having us on. That was great to talk to you, and Chad, it was good to see you again. I look forward to seeing you,
brother.
And
the name of the Kickstarter that's coming out.
The Sweetest Curse.
The Sweetest Curse. Check it out on Kickstarter. Get on the early notification launch, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Anybody who takes a look at it, and I'm grateful to be a guest at Page and look forward to seeing everybody.
Can you type the Kickstarter link into or the pre-launch link into
right now? You watch right this second. Jen will copy it.
Jen's going to do it. I haven't even figured out how chat works on this, so I can see it, but I can't type. So I was like,
I didn't want to say that.
There's a private chat over to the left. You could type it in.
Oh, I do see a private chat.
Yeah.
I didn't dare go there.
So, really quickly, are you guys part of any panels? Or are you running any seminars or games at Page?
I am. I'm running a couple. Jen knows my schedule, but I know I'm doing it at Teagle Day, and I think I'm doing another one of our.
What are you drinking?
Glenmorangie.
That's yummy.
I think we talked about your indulging during the show. You get a little out of hand.
You did.
Yeah, he definitely was the most trouble here tonight.
Is that if you did you bring enough to share? Is it that kind of we talked about?
No, she's just
No,
She
this
did-
is just the wicked big shot.
she just gets a little aggressive, you know.
I've
I noticed.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well,
Jen,
Ron, you rein me in.
We-
I've been
one, of the,
good.
that's not fair.
one of the questions just popped up. One of the questions just popped up in the chat. And yes, Swedish Curse is 5e only. We'll see our
Yes.
Shadow Dark stuff early next year, probably.
Yeah, we're trying to focus on actually looking at the adventure and saying, what does this adventure work well for, as opposed to shoehorning.
Every adventure
Everything.
into systems, which was we did because there's customer demand for that stuff.
Exactly,
We would
exactly.
convert to lots of systems because and we would get every time a new system that I either hadn't heard of or didn't know anything about. Like, why don't you do it for this one? And I'm like, well, I want to, because
Right.
even though I don't know anything about it, I want to make everybody be able to get a chance to play it. So the flip side is people get to enjoy things in the system they're comfortable with. That's a great way to show them. But yeah, this one is 5e only for lots of logistical reasons and lots of just other stuff. So.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. This was a lot of fun. We'll bring you on again after
Awesome.
after Page. And
Have a great show.
yeah, no, listen, we will, but
It'll be better because I'm not there.
some
Don't
people's
you
priorities are all effed up. You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely agree with that. I
Have a
absolutely
great
agree with
time
that.
at SnowCon.
Thank you. I will.
I just heard it was canceled.
Snow. Cancel because of snow.
Canceled for
Wait,
snow. Yeah.
I'm gonna edit out all mention of SnowCon on the replay of this. It's gonna be like, have a good time at your cousin's funeral. At your cousin's funeral. So,
All right, gentlemen.
all right, guys. Thank you
Gentlemen
very
and Jen,
much.
thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank
All right.
you. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. So for our let's get there we go. So what's going on here? There we go. So it was good to have them on, and for everybody who's sticking with us here, we're going to take a little tiny 15-second break, and then we're going to come back with some page updates momentarily. All right, we're back. So last week at this time, we had 1,300 people registered for the convention. Over the past week, we've added 88 people to the list.
Awesome.
Great.
It's just going to keep picking up. We are ahead of where we were last year as far as pre-registrations, even the day before the convention last year. And this is just going to continue to grow. Very excited about the numbers that are coming in, and the more the merrier. We have the room. Come help us fill it.
And what about hotel spaces? I know you mentioned that you had added some on.
We did. There's still a little bit of space at the True that's opened up. Another group that was in there canceled, so we took their rooms. So you can still find some rooms there. We've also opened up at the Marriott Residence Inn in Collegeville, Pennsylvania, which is about 3 miles away. And we're going to continue to, look for more space. Our dates for next year, we're going to have a formal announcement, but I can tell you that we have bought out the True, the Holiday, or the True, the Hampton Inn, and the Hilton Garden Inn. There will be no other folks there
For 2027.
for 2027.
Okay.
Now,
Wow.
in 2026, there's a small number of rooms that were rented out for a wedding party that had been, as I've told the hotel, it's going to be like the worst weekend of those folks' lives. Like what's supposed to be, they're supposed to remember All they're going to remember is
All they're gonna remember.
all the gamers wandering around in the bar there. But that's okay, you know. So that's very good. If you didn't notice or if you didn't see this yet, this does not include the main vendor hall, which is up north of those green arrows and the length of this. But here's let me see if I can change this. There we go. Here's the layout for our main gaming hall. As you can see, we've added some overflow spaces, and Monty Cook Games has a 30 by 30 area at the end of that rack where they'll be running their games. A little bit of interesting stuff about this is if you look over to the left, you see all the meeting rooms here, meeting rooms 1 through 4 and 7 and 5 and 6. They're all sequestered rooms that will be, keep the noise from those other events out of the main gaming hall. Furthermore, you can see that several companies or groups have their own areas at Page this year. You see Trollord Games has their own gaming space, Legends of Greyhawk, Cannibal Publishing, Wardens of the Eastern Marches, the Greyhawk community area where we're going to have folks like Jay Scott in there, Matinee Adventures, which is another gaming group that's running several games at the convention. You may look at these rooms and go, "Oh, well, they don't look that big." They're pretty big.
Is this building A or?
This is just A here.
Oh, okay.
So just from where Legends of Greyhawk starts and that vertical line downwards, and to the right is 82,000 square feet.
Wow.
So when you take an area like Beholder, for example, you're looking at like a 75 by 80 area, which is roughly a quarter the size of our whole hall last year. So, just that little area with Eric Kokra, Beholder, and Carrion Crawler, that's basically what we have in gaming space, right? So you see we have a large open gaming area and also some spillover gaming. The concession stand, you'll be able to eat your food there in the open gaming area. Central Square, that's where a lot of our highlighted games are going to be. And then you see some of the smaller rooms, which are, smaller as in 3,500 square feet each, which is bigger than any single area we had last year, the way it was broken down. They're going to be smaller, a little more intimate areas. The board game library and the board gaming area for scheduled board gaming. Of course, that's going to spill into open gaming as well. You see our GM lounge and our special guest lounges there, as well as our staff lounge. Our miniatures gaming area, which is going to be a nice space. It's just we're going to have our paint and take in there. Down in the lower left, you've got Hobgoblin. That's going to be a room that's only got 3 tables in it, and that'll be for special guests. I guess most importantly, you see all the bathrooms that are available in this facility. And of course, there's bathrooms available in both D and E, which are the vendors' areas. There's separate bathrooms in those areas as well. So we've addressed that. You see, we have a photo booth here to the far right at just below Carrion Crawler. That's going to be very interesting, where you can go and you can get your picture taken with a large, I don't want to give it away, but it's going to be something very different. It's a prop building company, and they're going to be there doing their thing. So I'm very excited about the way this is going to be this year, and we're trying to constantly improve upon what we're doing.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
So registration's the same spot that it was.
No, it's not.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
not. So this entire area you see here, including all these offices and everything,
Yeah.
was not part of our space last year.
Okay.
Our space last year, the entire space last year, is now all vendors.
Okay. And that's what, B? Is that section B?
That's D and E. So where
D
the
and E?
gaming was last year are vendors, and E is still vendors.
Okay.
But it's set up where we have some demo space and things like that. So registration will be, you'll enter the convention in Hall A. You see what's yellow, that'll be like a controlled space, and the gamers will pass through and down the gray hallway there. They can go into the vendors area once they've been confirmed and they've gone through our little checkpoint there, and where they can continue straight, go up through any of these vendor areas or down into the main game hall or into the overflow vendor area here.
Now you can go from here to the vendor hall. Can you go into the craft hall also from this? Because you have two different areas, right?
Yeah, well, we do. So you see where we have the green arrows?
Yes.
Okay, that third green arrow with the yellow dot below it.
Yes.
That will spill you out in between D and E. So,
perfect.
Where we're not opening up E is down the far end by where that roll-up door is shown on the top of the drawing. We're not going to open that up. So you'll have to go through any one of these doors and then to the right, or the center door you can get to the right. And of course, that's a big roll-up door area there. And these bigger rooms, a lot of it will be low pipe and drape to delineate where they start and stop. And then there'll be, a high pipe and drape for some privacy along the outside borders of it.
Okay.
So that's what we've got going on. Do we have any questions here? Well, a lot of things. There we go. Oh, those poor wedding guests. Is there going to be a shuttle between the hotels? Yeah, there's a shuttle from all 4 hotels now. We've gotten the Marriott to add a shuttle for those staying at the Marriott. And there's a shuttle that will go to True, and there's also a shuttle that'll service the Hampton Inn and the Hilton Garden Inn, which are right next to each other.
Oh, that's excellent.
Awesome.
Okay, there's a question about where is the charity auction. That will be in the area meeting rooms 1 through 4. That's about a 4,500 square foot room or a 5,000 square foot room, I think. It's going to be plenty large enough for the auction. And that's where that's going to be held, as well as our featured events like the Great Gooey Game Show will be in there. Several other of the, the larger panels or seminars will be in that room as well.
Yeah, I saw the posting you did for the auction. There's a lot of cool stuff in there.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm getting ready to add some more things this weekend. We've received some original art from prominent artists in the industry. We have a Deities and Demigods second printing that somebody sent in recently, and several other things that have been added. So the auction is going to be outstanding this year. I'm really excited about the about the auction.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying to bid on one of the Stefan Picorni seats at his game table.
That's going to be great. And you know what? I'm looking to go as well, so it should be good. Chet, you've got some art that's going in. That's going to be outstanding. And Jen has donated some very specific dice. Jen, do you want to talk about those?
Sure. So they are pixels dice. They light up. They speak to you. They also play cool sounds. And I'm donating a Midnight Galaxy and also an Aurora Sky. And I'm also donating a bronze set of Dots RPG Braille dice. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that brings to the auction.
Oh, that sounds excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I know you had been talking about the pixel dice before. That's cool.
Yeah. And I'll be bringing a couple extra sets with me. So, if anyone needs them or, I can give them to anyone who needs them, or Ron, if no one takes me up on that, you can have them for your library.
Well, that would be great. Speaking of our game library, we're going to be over 500 games as soon as it's updated. I'm really happy with some of the items that have been donated to us, but also items that we've been able to get at discount from various vendors. I can tell you that we will have a table set up that will have Pitch Car set up on it all weekend. So, people can walk up and play Pitch Car. If you've never seen Pitch Car,
I haven't.
It's a wooden racetrack, and you have these like little, for lack of a better word, pucks, and they're meant to represent race cars, and there are rails on the racetrack, and you kind of flick the pucks down the track, and it's you go in turns, and as you flick the pucks down the track, you do so many laps to see who wins, but you can knock other cars out of the way. You can, if you hit it too hard, you could go off the track and get penalized. I know it sounds very basic, but it was a lot of fun. I fell in love with it when I checked it out, and Mr. E's Game World is going to they're sponsoring that open play game at the convention all weekend long, so that should be fun.
Cool.
Thank you for the people that bought shirts during our show. It looks like I sold 7 of them. It looks like Randy Price did buy a Bilbo and 2 Mahor's Acerec shirt. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Very nice. There you go.
Oh, 3 more designs. Circaso, Dragon Dice, Dragon Lair. Thank you.
Yeah, as soon as you get those ones that I know you got a new one coming up, right?
Well, I sent you the link to the D4 one.
Well, do you want to show that off? Are you ready?
I don't know if you have that. Do you have that?
Hold on. I think I have the.
This is a shirt design that Ron told me to do.
I don't know what's going on here. Let's see, Chet. My voice to text every time I say Chet,
As chat.
it thinks it's Chad.
Oh, Chad, yeah.
Mine says chat.
Chat, I get check, like a like check mark. Sometimes chef, depending on who's saying it.
I was trying to dictate a message to you, and every time I did it, it came up with chat. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's not what I want to say. It's chat.
Thank you, Neil Devlin, who sent me a link to the pitch car. Check that out. Thank you.
Hold on, I'm getting there.
Neil Devlin, you better be coming down to page 2, by the way. I'm pretty sure you are, but
Did you text that to me or message that to me?
I thought I messaged it to you. Well,
Yeah, you may have to do it again.
I'm seeing the pictures of the battle map.
Oh, Neil Devlin is coming down, he says.
Excellent, good.
Hey, Chet, I got a question about that battle mat while we're on here as I'm scanning through. You realize that's upside down, right?
It's not upside down. The file is upside down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I started at the it's the way I designed it to draw it.
Okay.
For the way I have it on the computer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can 180 that.
So this is going on a t-shirt.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Describe what it looks like, Ron, so I can see it.
It's a yellow background with a pointy D4 on it, and it says with the motto underneath, "Don't tread on me."
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
So it's basically the Gadsden flag that's kind of a parody on that revolutionary flag.
Yep.
Cool.
I've gotten mixed feelings about it because it does touch a political nerve, but it's all fun.
Yeah, it's all in fun.
It's a D4, man. You don't want to step on it.
Yeah, exactly right.
No, that would be painful.
Yes.
Right. Oh boy.
I'm just curious, Ron.
Neil Devlin is very psyched about Paige.
Excellent. Yeah, Neil's a great guy. I believe the first time I met Neil was at GaryCon. He was running GUI Games, I think, or he had just started working with GUI Cube. But Neil and I, Neil's from Massachusetts, so I see him at various different cons. I think this was his first year at Genghis Con, which I didn't get to go to this year.
Where is that?
Genghis Con is in Colorado Springs in Colorado.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's run by Donnie and Andrea Arnold, who are great people. They throw out a great con. It's definitely a good one. I want to go back to it. Problem is, it's the same time as Total Con.
Oh, yeah.
Total Con is kind of my local con. Not really, but really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do artwork for them and such.
I'm so glad I went last year. I had a terrific time at Total Con and Rising Phoenix.
Yeah. Rising Phoenix. Yeah. Rising Phoenix should be good this year. Artist of the Year, Chet Minton.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm going to have a weird roommate for Rising Phoenix, though.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you snore less than Phil.
I use a CPAP machine, so I won't be snoring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you're going to have to listen to me stretching and doing my yoga and calisthenics in the morning.
Listen, as long as I don't have to look at you doing the yoga and the calisthenics in the morning, it's all good.
I thought you were going to sit on the edge of your bed and watch me.
No. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Rising Phoenix, and I'm also going to
Have you
be.
been to Rising Phoenix before?
I have not. I have
Oh,
not.
okay. It's a good
but-
time.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's
You know,
fun.
Yeah, Scott Legault puts on a good convention. Well, his whole staff and Scott. Yeah.
I need to sign up because last time I went, I didn't get to play in any games because I was too late to sign up for anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely do it. You should run a few games too.
I know. Everyone keeps telling me that. I'm so nervous about running games at cons.
So I just started running games at cons because I felt the same way, and man, have I had fun doing it. I just started playing, and it wasn't even like I didn't even think about the fact that I was running a game.
Okay.
And a selection of booth babes for chat. Yes, yeah.
I've got something coming
I don't
in.
get good booth babes like Jen, but
I've got something coming in on Twitch, a message on Twitch. It's asking at Jen Glazar. It's from Foot Fetish Dude 69. He wants to know if those are your
What?
feet in the in that photo. Oh my goodness.
which photo is this, Ron?
I don't know. I guess it's her profile photo on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
It's like bare feet doing ballet or something. She just says LOL.
So, Ron, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is around the corner, and then we have Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Will you guys be running any sales as far as like badges go? Because there's a lot of sales
His
going
eyes are
on.
twitching.
The answer is I don't think we're going to be putting badges on sale, but I believe that we will have a sale for Black Friday and Cyber Monday or through Cyber Monday on merchandise.
Okay. So you heard it here, folks. Get your merch.
Hey, are there any more plushies available?
There are still plushies available.
Okay.
There's
And
still
you're not making those anymore, right? This is it. That's this
no,
design.
we're not going to do them again with this design.
Yep.
They are handmade here in the U.S. by the Snuggly Seamstress and out of Wisconsin, and I just got an update the other day that she's got all the small parts fabricated, all the big parts are cut and ready for sewing, and they are on target to be here in about a week.
Oh, she was at EggCon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Jen says my profile photo is a pair of ballerina shoes. Foot Fetish Guy 69 says, yes, but there are feet in those shoes. Oh, that's gross. I mean, that is just ugh.
So anyway, moving on to gaming related stuff.
Oh my goodness. All right, and shall we give away a $25 gift certificate to Troll Lord Games' website?
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome idea.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Should we make it a trivia question?
Sure. But what should the trivia question be, Ron?
Let's see. What should the trivia question be?
Maybe it should be something related to the show, like what alcohol was Jen drinking previously? Were you paying attention?
Oh, of course they were paying attention. That's too easy. Oh, Something happened. I'm missing the chat. The chat's gone. Oh, there we go. It's back. All right. So I'm going to put something here on the screen in a moment that's related to Paige, and I would like people to name the original artist for this Paige related item. That's Phil E. Cheesesteak.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Who was the designer of the original Phil E. Cheesesteak? Was it Chet Minton? Looks like it could be a Chet Minton piece.
You know, I think it probably was. I
It's
remember
not.
you. It's not.
It's not. Nope.
No.
I don't think Ron knew me then. Well, not formally.
I knew you. I just, you know. If Randy Price says Chet, he's wrong. His name has been said on this show on multiple occasions.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody with a guess? Anybody?
Stan. Don't
No.
tell me if I'm wrong. Don't tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
I'll find out when someone wins.
I'll give a hint. Out. Somebody said Jeff D. No. It's not Jeff D. It's not Jeff D. Ed Lopez says Jeff D. I will give a hint. This artist is from California.
Oh, now I definitely don't know.
Somebody
Oh,
says
I thought he was from New Jersey. Okay.
No, he's from California.
All right.
Robert Phelps. I don't even know who that is. Who's Robert Phelps? Who is that? What is that terrible noise? What is that?
That's my neighbor pulling out.
Oh. Any other?
Sorry. That's my neighbor's daughter's boyfriend leaving.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Needs a new muffler.
And I thought it was a sports car.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Too.
Someone asked AI and they got the wrong information.
AI. You guys don't use AI.
Well, since it appears no one is going to get the answer is artist Joe Garcia, who's a comic book artist, did this.
And I have to say, it doesn't look like some of his work, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like if I saw it, I wouldn't have known
He
that.
does good work.
Oh, yeah.
That dude needs to have a way. I'm going to come to your house and deal with that muffler situation.
Yeah, he's
he needs to turn down his radio as well.
Yeah. I will go over there tomorrow and tell them that they interrupted a podcast.
Yeah, it was very important. Okay, so
Still hear him, and he's halfway down the.
I'll give another. Listen, I guess we have to give another shot for somebody to win this thing. So, based on that,
Don't make it terribly hard, Ron. We want people to win.
let's see. Maybe we should do a throwback thing. Like take a photo of somebody from years ago and see if people can identify who it is. That wouldn't be. I don't think that would be very sporting. I don't know. Why don't we give it to Neil Devlin? He was very active tonight. How's that sound? How's that?
Sounds great. Neil
you
will
both?
certainly use it.
Yep. Sounds good.
Look at that. Artist of the Year. Is this the first Artist of the Year award they're giving out?
Yes, it is.
So it's the first Artist of the Year award, and you're getting it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow, look at that.
Now I can say that I know a top tier artist.
Yeah. I don't know. I may have to stay third tier for life. I don't know.
So Neil, reach out to me on Facebook and I'll get you your code. And congratulations on winning $25 from Trollord Games. Trying to think of who we're going to have on next week. I believe our guests next week. I don't know. I can tell you Kelsey Dion is going to be one of our guests in early December.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah. That will be very, very exciting. And I don't know. I think that's it for this evening. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. Chet, you have anything you want to say before we let Jen close us out?
No, I appreciate being brought onto the show as a co-host. It's always good to be on here and talking with everybody. Thank you, everybody who bought a shirt today.
I wonder what this is all about. I wonder what this could be.
What's that, Ron?
It's a blue beholder drinking from a boiling cauldron with creepy tentacles coming out of it. It's drinking from it via a straw, and it's got the word concoction orbiting over it in a circular manner.
That gives me goosebumps.
I guess we'll see. And there's Ed Lopez. He's signing off. And I guess, Jen, you want to take us out?
Sure. Well, guys, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And I hope everyone has a happy and safe holiday. And we'll see you on the next Friday Night Live. Same time, same place.